Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to discuss my thoughts and opinions upon the BBC America television series by the name of Broadchurch. I'm going to talk about episode 1. And without any further ado, let's go and get to it, shall we? Just so you guys know, the creator of Broadchurch on BBC America, the channel, is a guy by the name of Chris Chibnall. He has written several other television show episodes, such as he did some Life on Mars episodes, he did some Torchwood episodes, he wrote a few Doctor Who episodes, and then he also did Law and Order, the UK version. And that's pretty much most of what he's done. And now, like I said, his latest thing that he created is the Broadchurch BBC America television show. Now, as with all BBC America television shows, they always air in the UK first, and then as soon as BBC America gets rights to them, then, of course, BBC America airs them. But like I said, Broadchurch has already aired in the UK, and now, as of August 7th, 2013, Wednesday night, 9 o'clock Central, it is now aired in the US. The first episode has, and will continue to air every Wednesday, and for the next, I believe, 7 or 8 weeks from now. Now, Broadchurch stars actors and actresses such as Olivia Colman, David Tennant, mainly known for being being on Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker, Andrew Buchan, and then Adam Wilson. And that's the main cast of the BBC America television show by the name of Broadchurch. Now, the plot of Broadchurch on BBC America is very simple. We have a young boy who has died, and it's pretty much a personal journey and pretty much a crime drama show, but it's also so much more than that. But the crime drama is just pretty much the backdrop. It's more almost kind of like a character study on the characters itself, but pretty much in simple terms and simple plot, we pretty much have a young boy that has died, and we are pretty much trying to find out if foul play was involved, how this young boy, was killed, who killed him, the whole, who done it style mystery, and we're pretty much, watching the family, his family, go through this death, and them, pretty much try to get over the loss of losing their young child. That's pretty much the plot of the BBC America television series by the name of Broadchurch. Overall, my thoughts and opinions on the pilot, the first episode of Broadchurch on BBC America, this was a fantastic, a phenomenal, and extremely engaging pilot episode that overall I really enjoyed. I've read several, not only critic reviews, but also fan reviews. This thing was so huge on Twitter. A lot of people, living in the UK had already seen the episode. They were re-watching it now, people in America, because you could watch the first episode on the actual BBC America website, I believe. And so several people had already seen it, and then I guess they rewatched it again on the BBC America channel. So you could already see the great coverage and the great success of this show. So much the show, from what I understand, has already gotten confirmed for a second season, or as they call it in the UK, they call it a series 2, but here in America we call it a season 2. And from what I understand, they said, after in the UK, they said, Broadchurch will return, indicating that a series 2 will come out in the year of 2014. And that's when production will begin. So we're only one episode in, and we already know that Broadchurch is going to have a series, or a season 2 as you call it here in America. And that is great news, because from what I saw from the pilot, this looks like a fantastic series. Let me talk about some of the reasons why I enjoyed the pilot so much. Not only is this a crime drama show, that is just the backdrop. The son dying, that's overall just the backdrop of the show. The great thing about this show is the characters. It's a personal journey between each character. 20 minutes into this episode, I was already feeling sympathy, already feeling compassion toward not just one, but each and every character in the BBC America television series by the name of Broadchurch. The writing, the dialogue, nothing really stood out about the dialogue itself, but what was great about the actual script for the television series by the name of Broadchurch on BBC America, what was great about the script was the way that the characters were designed, how emotional they were. You could really tell that most of the characters, the cop too, not just the family, but the cops, the DEA cop investigators that are investigating the crime. Not only the family, but the cops are also suffering from the loss of this child dying. And that's one of the reasons I loved it so much, was it wasn't just your typical serial drama. When you look this show up on Wikipedia and other stuff, that's the genre it gives it. That's the category. It's under serial drama, but I don't think people should call it that because it's more of a character story. Crime drama, yes, that's the central backstory, but in its full worth and in its, for lack of a better word, it's really a character study on its characters where you can really feel that each character is going through a personal journey, and you can really tell that overall, like I said earlier, they're really suffering from the loss of this child named Danny that died, and we have no idea how he died. We are given a few little hints at how, we have spoilers coming up if you haven't seen the first episode. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and click pause. Otherwise, keep watching, right? Because major spoilers are ahead. We do know that somehow his little boy, I believe Tom's his name, little boy was somehow involved. I don't know. I don't think he did the murder or anything like that. But the little boy knows, like I said, I don't think he did the murder, but somehow he knows more than he's letting on. Because when he was questioned, he didn't say, he said, Danny was fine, but he deleted all the messages. He had like 7 messages from Danny that was on his phone. He deleted all the messages. Then he went to his laptop, computer right afterwards and deleted all the information on his computer. So there's some sort of foul play involved with his character. Like I said, I don't think he did the murder or anything like that. Too young, but somehow, some way, he knows more than his character is letting on. So I like that little tidbit of information. And then for some reason, the dad seems to be withholding information also. He didn't check in on his child. The mother checked in on at 9 o'clock, said he was reading. He said he was off away on some job. That information he gave was a little sketchy. So overall, I think the dad is withholding some sort of information because of, being away on some job. Even though he was really sympathetic in that scene, he seems to be not letting on, as much as this character might know. And then, of course, the young little boy, Tom, I believe his name, though it might not be his name. Anyways, so overall, besides the whole, sympathetic compassion towards each and every character, I love the mystery element of the show, trying to find out who the killer is. We don't know who the killer is. Maybe it's one of our main characters. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's some unknown character, or maybe even, randomly, it could be one of our supporting characters. I like the mystery element of the show. We're trying to find out who the killer is. All we know right now is that some sort of strangulation was involved. He was strangled. They think it was a male with 2 big, broad hands, and that's all we know. We know that he didn't jump off the cliff. We know that he didn't fall off the cliff, therefore saying it wasn't a suicide, but some sorts of foul play was involved, with preferably thinking they said a male with 2 big, broad hands because the bruises on his neck were huge and very big. That's all the information we know right now. Like I said, this show has some great characters in it that has some really emotional, sympathetic, and both compassionate scenes that really let you feel for the characters. And I love the mystery element of the show. The storytelling and camera angles also in the show are downright phenomenal. And the BBC America television series with the name of Broadchurch for episode 1 of the first series or season, as we call it here in America. The camera angles are downright phenomenal. The production value, as you can see, are very high. Everything looks great. You can tell that there was a decent budget behind this, so that's another great thing. The slow motion camera angles at the beginning really help the storytelling. I really enjoyed the opening sequence with Danny's character as the blood drops off his fingers. And then it opens up, 15 minutes in, and you're already engaged into the story. Let's talk about some performances that really stuck out. Like I said, this show, it stars Olivia Colman playing D.S. Ellie Miller. Olivia Colman was great. Her character cried several times in this episode because, the young boy dying, and, the crime rate in this part of the UK, is very low, so they're not used to these kinds of things happening. When this boy dies off, it really affects her character. I enjoyed the emotional, sense of her character. It really let me feel for her. She was trying to be the DEA or the DI, I believe, but she didn't get promoted. So you can see the little subplot, and then another little subplot is the journalist trying to become right for this big newspaper. I believe it was called the Herald or something like that. That's a Herald, I believe. Anyways, trying to write for the Herald newspaper. David Tennant, mainly known for playing the Doctor Who character, plays the character of D.I. Alec Hardy. He was great. There was one particular scene where he talked about Twitter as some information was leaked on Twitter. I loved him in that scene, just, nice yelling right there. But overall, favorite characters, I believe, is one of the characters is by the name of Jodie Whittaker, and she is the red-haired mother of the boy, and she was downright phenomenal. She cried the most in the series, and every time she, tried to run towards the boy at the first, and then she would cry, or, she would get really upset. She got suspicious of her husband. Every scene with her was just engaging, intriguing, and more. Every time I saw her character, I became more engrossed in the BBC America television series by the name of Broadchurch. And she's a great character. I love the scenes where she cries. She really knows how to make you feel sympathy for her character. Overall, Jodie Whittaker really stole the show in every scene of this show. Another character that I really liked was the guy by the name of Andrew Buchan. He plays the father character. He's the one that you become kind of suspicious of. I love the sympathetic scene where he tries to go back and he asks, he tells his son, how much he loves him. Asks if he can touch the son. Of course, the girl cop says, no, you can't. But overall, best performances is the mother and father character played by a great actor and actress Andrew Buchan, who plays the father. A great sympathetic role who might be withholding information. I don't know exactly how his character is going to get used more, but I do really love the father character, a great sympathetic character, and then Jodie Whittaker, who plays the mother. Those two are great. David Tennant was great also. I know he's kind of the big selling point of this series, previously playing Doctor Who, but overall, I thought Jodie Whittaker and Andrew Buchan stole the show even more than David Tennant's character did, though he was great also. Overall, I thought that Broadchurch was a fantastic pilot, and I can't wait to see where the series is going to go in general. Like I said, I believe there will be roughly 8 episodes in the first season, already confirmed for a season 2, or a series 2 as they call in the UK, and season here in America. And I can't wait to see where the series is going to go. It comes on every Wednesday night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock for everyone else, once again on the BBC America television channel. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my page below, and I'll see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.